So about 5 or 6 years ago, I discovered that I was much more of a people person than I thought I was. And it was mostly because I was comparing myself to my husband. You know, if we went out to the grocery store or something, he's talking to the cashier. He's like, "Hey, Nancy, how'd your dad's surgery go? How's the dog doing since you switched to that new dog food? Is he better now?" And I'm just sitting there like, what is happening right now? What is going on? I came here for milk. Can we get out of here? Literally like internal panic mode. And for a while, I internalized that as I'm a bad person. I'm a bad Christian because I'd rather be sitting in a corner reading a book. You know, when we went to parties, he was ready to stay 3 more hours. I was ready to go 20 minutes ago. And I truly thought that I was just a bad Christian. Why can't I be like him and just be outgoing? Well, fast forward. And at that point, you know, most of our marriage was bad. We had a really close friendship within our marriage, but it was very toxic. We came from different backgrounds, different worlds. He grew up in an abusive house. There was so many moving parts that made our marriage toxic and demonic. And I started another channel to talk about our marriage specifically, but didn't post on it until Charlie was killed because I was like, I need to get off the sidelines. It really encouraged me to just follow the Lord's leading. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that channel, but I say all that to say this. Our marriage was bad. We separated. I moved out and everything with the kids. And, you know, it was rough. And during that time, I drove Uber. And some nights I drove until my back hurt and I could barely walk. And it was so hard. But during that season, I realized how much I loved people, talking to different people every day, listening to their stories, laughing with them, sometimes crying with them. I mean, I had Uber riders literally tip me more because they said it felt like a therapy session. And I'm like, wow, like to talk to people about God and not know who's going to get in your car next, despite everyone saying, oh, it's so unsafe. I understand that, but I took self-defense classes. I had my pink knife. I had my pink mace. I was good and the Lord was moving. Anyway, I learned over time that I wasn't a terrible person because I didn't have the same type of personality. I could still love God and love people. And going through that season really opened my eyes a lot about those different things. And so I just want to read to you really quick while I have some time here. John 13:34-35 says, I give you a new commandment. Love each other just as I have loved you. So you also must love each other. This is how everyone will know that you are my disciples, when you love each other. So love God and love people. And if you're wired more like me, introverted, that is okay. And honestly, my husband's taught me a lot too through watching his personality. And now I go out and I know about Nancy's dog food too. Yeah, God has used that a lot and he's good and he's sovereign. So love God and love people. See you later. Bye-bye.